Here's another recording of the GoPro, a test at 1 frame every 5 seconds. You see how herky-jerky the video is. Now here it is at 30 frames per second. We have a medium point of view, meaning it's not super wide. It's just like a medium. Here's sped up at 1,000 times, but still at 30 frames per second. Now here is some B-roll footage. The camera is still, and it looks great. The footage where the camera still looks great. Here's some ferns. We wanted to try a flyover. The flyover seems to be okay. The footage is not too shaky. We're still at a medium point of view here. But when we switch over to a narrow point of view, you see the path fills the frame much more. You see less off to the left and the right, and the path is bigger. It fills more of the frame. I like this close-up view, but there are problems with the narrow point of view. As you can see here, we can see the dog, Caesar, or we can see Gregor standing at the fountain. But at no time can you see both of them. So here's a problem with a narrow point of view. You got to make sure your subject matter is in the frame. So here we're learning that when the subject matter is closer to you, like the dog is, there seems to be less shake. When the subject matter fills the frame more, it's a little more tolerable to watch. Here's a really good example of it. The dog is close up. I'm walking next to the dog and you don't see all that herky-jerky movement. It seems to be okay because the dog is filling the frame. Still walking with the dog. I think this is tolerable. This video footage is okay. I can watch this. Okay, now we're practicing the selfie view, and we're learning that that's not herky-jerky. The picture of myself. Now, there's a narrow point of view, so I had to move Gregor into the point of view. I had to make sure we're close together to make sure we're both in the shot. Holding the camera out straight at arm's length. That seems to be okay. You see some shakeage there. So now I'm going to experiment with different points of view. Oh, we got boob shakeage. Boob shakeage. We didn't count on the boob shakeage, so we'll take care of that in the future. We need to keep the boob shakeage out of the shot. Okay. So practicing the selfie view. Here again, narrow point of view is harder to keep the subject matter in the frame. And just in case you didn't get enough boob shakeage before, you're going to get a little more boob shakeage here. It's well lit. You notice, more boob shakeage. Sorry about that. We'll have to take care of that in the future. Also, notice when I turn the camera upside down, the video footage stays upside down. It doesn't like auto flip. Now we're coming to the end of the day. I'm gonna sit down and I'm still. So while I'm not walking, the footage is pretty still there. That looks good. As long as you're still, it looks pretty good. And here comes the best shot of the day. With that narrow point of view, I could really zoom in on the dog getting his final drink of water. I think with a wider point of view, that wouldn't have been as good of a shot. So this is concluding our experiment for the day. We've learned a lot, and thanks for watching.